Greetings! Lending Club is a peer-to-peer lending company headquartered in San Francisco, California. The company provides the world's largest peer-to-peer lending platform, where borrowers can obtain unsecured personal loans between $1,000 and $40,000, and investors can purchase notes backed by payments made on loans. According to their advertisement, investors can earn annual yields between 5 and 7%. Now, the big question if it makes sense investing $10 million on this platform. To answer this question, we analyzed the available database of 7,151 clients and 16 variables from the year of 2015. Before the analysis, we cleaned up the data and based on a logistic regression, selected the 7 most significant variables for a cluster analysis. These variables were loan amount, interest rate, installment, annual income, revolving balance, revolving utility, and total number of credit lines. The cluster analysis showed 5 different types of borrowers. The first group belongs to people that borrow the highest amounts of money at average interest rates, have high monthly payments, and relatively high income. Based on this, we initially recommend investing in these loans. The second group is characterized by loans that are below average in all variables, thus these are cautious borrowers. The third group consists of below-average loans but shows the highest interest rates. These borrowers have the lowest income, although show the highest revolving utilization rate. Based on this information, we initially do not recommend investing in this group. The fourth group are composed by loans around average in almost all variables, excepting for total credit lines, which shows the highest values among all clusters. These are frequent borrowers. The last group refers to people that borrow high amounts of money, have the highest income of 3.6 times more than the average borrower, and do high monthly payments. Initially, it seems as a good group for investing. However, due to the small size compared to the other groups, 84 out of 7,150, the risk of investing is distributed over less people. Therefore, it has a higher risk. To see in which group or groups would be better to invest the $10 million, a Monte Carlo simulation model was made where $2 million would be invested in each cluster with the following rates. In the chart, we can see the interest rate for the loans that are fully paid, a default rate which represents the fraction of loans that will not be fully paid, and a loss fraction rate indicating the fraction of the investment the investors will lose in case of a loan not fully paid. The simulation outcome for Cluster 1 was an expected return value of around $60,000. For Cluster 2, a return of $8,400. For Cluster 3, a loss of $112,000. For Cluster 4, a loss of $600. And for Cluster 5, a loss of around $200,000. Clearly, Clusters 1 and 2 were the best options for investment. To know how to allocate the $10 million in these two groups, an optimization model was made where the best result was to invest all $10 million on Cluster 1. By doing so, the expected return after 1 year is of around $300,000, which is at 3% of the total investment with a risk of 54%. In order to get a promised return of 5%, as the initial advertisement showed, the risk increases up to 71%. In addition, there is a 24% chance that all the investment will not be returned. Based on this model and analysis, I would not recommend to invest in Lending Club unless the investors are comfortable with a high-risk investment.